Hello everyone, this is Darren from the No Guts, No Galaxy podcast, and on behalf of Phil and myself, I would like to welcome you to MechWarrior Online. We are here to go over some of the basics of MWO, and help get you strapped into the cockpit of your first battle mech as quickly as possible. Specifically, I'll be helping you with the user interface and selecting your mech, and then we'll launch into battle so that Phil can cover some of the important in-game functionality. When you initially open MechWarrior Online, you will be on the home page. This features your profile, your mech ready list, and the news feed. In order to select your mech, click on the Mech Lab tab at the top of the user interface, and if not already selected, click on the Trial Mech button in the lower left corner of the Mech Lab. Everyone is assigned 4 trial mechs. The types of mechs rotate on a regular basis. As you can see, we currently have the Light Raven, the Medium Centurion, the Heavy Dragon, and the Awesome, an 80-ton assault mech. While trial mechs will earn C-Bill income, which you can later use to purchase and upgrade your own mechs, they will not earn experience, nor can they be modified. Trial mechs allow everyone to jump right into battle and get a feel for the playstyle of the 4 weight classes. Each mech has unique strengths and weaknesses, allowing it to fulfill various roles within the match, also known as role warfare. Light mechs, for example, are extremely fast and maneuverable, great for scouting out enemy mech locations and relaying that valuable information back to their teammates. Be careful though, as they are also light on armor. Assault mechs, on the other hand, are typically slow and less maneuverable, but because of increased armor and weaponry, excel at frontline combat. Before launching into battle, take some time to look at the 4 available battle mechs. You will notice each mech has different weapons and equipment, armor values, and top speed. Pick a mech that you think will best suit your particular playstyle. Select the mech, and then click on the Ready Mech button above. My recommendation for a great all-around starter mech would be either a medium or a heavy. Both usually have a nice balance between speed, armor, and firepower. If it's possible, try selecting a mech that's equipped with long-range missiles. This allows you to sit back behind the often dangerous and chaotic front lines, but still deal some nice damage to the enemy. Once you've selected your mech, click on the Launch button at the top right of the user interface and prepare for battle. Speaking of battle, let's head out into the cockpit with Phil so that he can go over some of the basics of piloting your mech and understanding overall gameplay.
Thanks, Darren. In this period of instruction, you'll learn about the basic skills necessary for piloting a battle mech. First, let's take a look at the HUD. The directional compass above will allow you to quickly broadcast your location, enemy locations, directional instructions, and points of interest. The blue diamonds represent friendly mechs, and enemy mechs will show up as red diamonds. The friendly base or capture point is a blue diamond with blue brackets, and the enemy base is a red diamond with red brackets. Each team has a capture point represented by a red square and beacon near their spawn location. If an enemy battle mech enters this capture point, you'll receive a notification that your base is under attack. The more mechs inside this capture point, the faster the base is captured. Base capture can be disrupted by a friendly mech entering the capture point. This stops the capture process, as long as at least one friendly mech stays within the capture point. Each round is up to 15 minutes. As soon as the match begins, this will start counting down. As a new mech warrior, you need to understand that the mech is essentially a walking tank, and like a tank's turret, the mech's torso can turn independently from its legs. Be sure to get some practice in, as mastering this feature can make you deadly on the battlefield. If you look at the battle grid below, you can see which way your torso is facing, which is represented by a highlighted cone. The direction of your legs is represented by a dashed line and an arrow. Torso movement is controlled by the mouse. Move your mouse left until the mech's torso stops rotating. Now move the mouse right to gain the full measure of motion from left to right. You can also aim up and down. All of these movements have a limited range of motion. Make sure to understand these limitations. The W, A, S, and D keys define your basic mech movement directions. Holding or tapping W will move your mech forward. This also increases your mech speed. Holding or tapping S will move your mech backwards, or decrease your speed if you're moving forward. If you continue holding S, your mech will begin walking backwards. At any time, you can press X to bring your battle mech to a stop. Pressing or holding A will turn your mech left. Pressing and holding D will turn your mech right. All mechs have inertia when moving. Plan on that affecting each mech chassis differently. To align your torso with your legs, press the C key. Tapping or holding the W key will engage your mech's throttle, which increases your mech's speed. Tapping the W or S key will increase or decrease your speed by increments. Each mech has a max speed. This can be viewed by the number displayed in the throttle indicator. The throttle indicator also displays backwards movement. If your mech is equipped with jump jets, you may press and hold the spacebar to engage them. The longer you hold the spacebar, the higher you will go. While engaged, your jump jet charge will decrease. The charge will begin to increase when not being engaged. Be warned, if jumping high, remember to reserve some for the landing. When an enemy mech is spotted, a red triangle will appear on your directional compass and will be visible through your cockpit. It can then be targeted by pressing the R key. By pressing R again, it will cycle to the next available target. And this is very important. Anytime you have an enemy targeted, that enemy can be targeted by all friendly battle mechs. The one exception is if the enemy mech shuts down, which is a popular tactic for breaking targeting and missile locks. Once targeted, and after a slight delay, information regarding that mech will be available, such as the pilot's name, mech chassis, mech variant, distance to the target, and the overall damage percentage. In addition to this information, in the top right corner you will see data about the targeted mech's damage state and weapon systems. Being the armor giants they are, battle mechs need to be systematically taken down. When viewing enemies' damage status, focus your fire on vulnerable areas that have already taken damage. By doing so, you can quickly disarm your enemies or even destroy them before they destroy you. Be relentless in your attacks, but use your surroundings and the information you have on your enemies to your advantage. As you fire your weapons, your mech's internal temperature will increase. If you stop firing, your mech's heat will dissipate over a period of time. Each battle mech has a thermal threshold, and if that is reached, your mech will automatically shut down to protect internal systems. You can override the shutdown by pressing the O key, but be careful as you can damage your mech or even die from overriding too often. You can also manually shut down and start up your mech by pressing the P key. Use weapon groups and resist the temptation to fire too many weapons at once to avoid shutting down. Every map has a different temperature, and this temperature will affect your mech's ability to dissipate heat. Hot climates will make your mech run hot, and cold climates will make your mech run cooler, allowing you to fire more and cool down quicker. You can group your weapons, allowing you to be more effective with the weapon systems that are on your battle mech. Grouping weapons with similar ranges will help maximize your group firing. All weapons are placed in the default configuration. To select a different group, use the left and right arrow keys. To select a different weapon, use the up and down arrow keys. Once you select the weapon in the appropriate group, press right control to assign the weapon to that group. Press right control again to remove a weapon from a group.
Great information, Phil. And finally, here are a few tips to help you succeed on the battlefield. 1. Situational awareness. Use the systems available to you, such as the map and the battle grid, to get a better idea of what is happening around you. 2. Don't get caught alone. Multiple mechs can take you down quickly. Use your team to your advantage, as there is strength in numbers. And 3. Focus fire. Target the already damaged, vulnerable mechs. If they go down fast, so do their weapons.
And remember, this isn't your typical first-person shooter. There are a lot of things to learn when first piloting a battle mech.
That's right, and learn from watching your fellow players, and be sure to check out our other, more advanced tutorial videos.
On behalf of Darren and myself and the No Guts, No Galaxy podcast, until next time, MechWarrior.